And they have had 2.5 inches of rain falling on top of at least 6 inches of slowly melting snow. So, of course, exacerbating the problem.
Yeah, and not surprising. We've had huge problems in West Virginia as well with the tremendous amount of rain and snow melt that's gone on there. You're going to go back to rain in West Virginia as well. But right now, the heaviest snow, Alexander, is shifting right into D.C. We've got 2 inches per hour coming down at Reagan National. Not surprising. And again, the tint here, it just looks eerie. And you know, you're seeing this because of the way the light is refracting through the actual snow, which is so heavy and concentrated here. It's giving that pink and purple hue, and that's what happens. Reagan now, Alexander, with 7 on the ground, 10 at Dulles, and counting. And counting, and we've got a few hours to go, that's for sure, and this thing finally really ramping up with thunder snow reported in Washington. So sing it and send it. How about a look right now at some eyewitness video we've gotten from Sharptown, Maryland. Jim, take a look at this, posted at WEX.com by the Bennetts. Now, Mr. Bennett has lived there his whole life, he says, and he tells his wife that it has never snowed this much in one storm that he can ever remember. And look at the vertical nature and the wet nature. Bennett, thank you so very much. Weather.com/eyewitness. We certainly appreciate it. And if you too, like the Bennetts, take some pictures, take some video, send it in so we could show the country just what's happening in your neck of the woods. And really gives us a great perspective too. All right, before we bring in Mark Elliott from TWC Radio, I just wanted to mention it's state of emergency now issued for Delaware. They're ordering all vehicles off the roads. And, you know, I hasten to say this should have been done at 10 a.m. this morning, not in the middle of this thing. Let's bring in Mark Elliott. Mark, you're getting the word of the people out there on the airwaves. What do your listeners tell you about the latest, especially in the D.C. area tonight?
Yeah, you know, the overwhelming sentiment is that one big storm is plenty and bring on spring anytime we're ready. Unfortunately, it doesn't really look like we're in that pattern whatsoever. The other sentiment, of course, is that there's been so much snow so quickly and so much bursts of heavy snow that there's already been some power flickers being reported across the area, and we know that we are just too early in the life cycle of this storm to be dealing with power problems already. So people are very worried about the power staying on through the night.
All right, Mark Elliott, thank you so very much. That's certainly what we're concerned about, the power. And, you know, Mark, what we're going to see, the incredible winds with this. They're gusting now, but they're nothing compared to where we're going to see and what we'll see in terms of the strength of these winds tonight and for tomorrow. That's why blizzard warnings are posted, the winds coupled with that snow. All right, let's go over to Jim. Take a look at the very latest with the radar.
You know, in all honesty, you really could not have had a better forecasted storm, a better time for this storm to hit. We get everybody home on Friday. Everybody made their preparations yesterday. If we can keep most of you off the roads, which I know after dealing with hurricanes is impossible, it's just a word of the wise. I mean, you see the pictures out there, you're hearing the stories. Tornado watch issued for eastern North Carolina, watching a line of storms work its way through Wilmington. Could be some 60, 70-mile-per-hour winds coming at you. For all my friends down there at the Outer Banks this evening, keep an eye on that. Washington, Baltimore, Brookside, Philly, Jersey Shore, back through State College, Pittsburgh, into Columbus, all across West Virginia now, just getting absolutely pummeled with the snow, and that snow inching ever so closely to New York. Waiting to see some of the first flakes obviously come out there, but it is going to stay snow in the areas that it is snowing now. If anything, we'll see a transition back to snow even as far south as Richmond and maybe even Norfolk before all is said and done. Alex?
All right, Jim, thank you very much. We continue our live coverage of this winter powerhouse. We will see 1 to 2 feet of snow in the mid-Atlantic.